Hello, beautiful. Welcome or welcome back. I hope everybody watching is having a wonderful day. Hope you guys are doing well. As you can see by the title, today we're going to be covering a no contact. What are they thinking / feeling in regards to your guys' relationship or in regards to you? Before I jump on into it, I want to say this. I'm very hesitant to do readings like this. I am not the type of tarot reader that wants to ever encourage people to have unhealthy thoughts, encourage people to have unhealthy mindsets, or to maintain unhealthy connections. So before we jump on into this, you guys, I need to make it very clear. If the person you are inquiring about has made it obvious that they don't want to talk to you, aka they've blocked you, they've ignored you, they have literally said, please leave me alone, I don't want to be with you, please understand that you not contacting them and you staying away from them is in your best interest, and I will not promote any of that. Also, if you're inquiring about a celebrity, click out of this. I'm not going to, again, feed unhealthy mindsets. I don't like that. So, with that being said, if you're seeking closure, if you're seeking answers, if it ended on terms that were a little bit ambiguous, I totally understand that. We are here to receive clarity. We are not here to stalk people. So with that, we will go ahead and jump into the piles. Tarot's divination tool with intuitive practice. Take what resonates, leave what does not behind. Here are the piles.
All right, you guys, these are the three piles. We have group 1 with the amethyst, group 2 with the heart angel aura quartz, and we have group number 3 with the rose quartz. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are free to that right now. And if you want to pick more than one, you guys are always welcome to do so.
All right, you've clicked your pile. Please go ahead and check out the description box where I've left you timestamps for when the reading will start. And with that, I'll see you in the reading. I'm sorry I paused for a second. Anyways. Hey, group 1. Okay, so I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it in every reading. We are not feeding delusions here. Please do not stalk people. If this person has made it clear they do not want to speak to you, please do not reach out to them. And again, if this is a celebrity you're inquiring about, please click out of the video because I will not be covering that. Okay. This reading is meant to seek or help you seek clarity, understanding. We have Virgo and Aquarius. We have Scorpio and Aquarius. We have Leo and Virgo. Okay, so I'm kind of wanting to, again, I've really been enjoying starting off with the astrology deck, so I do think that's where we will start. I don't think this is the right one. Sorry, group 1, you guys are my experimental group. Sometimes the tarot deck or the deck that I picked doesn't feel right for the reading. Okay, this one feels good. Yeah. Okay, so we have Neptune here. Neptune is a very spiritual planet. The thing is, guys, with Neptune, this does talk about things being a bit hazy, a bit confused. So when it comes to this person that you're inquiring about, group 1, I want to make it very clear that the confusion you are feeling is it's solid and it's real. Now, I don't know the reasoning for this confusion. Oftentimes, I do believe if somebody is leaving you confused, it's because they simply don't have the cojones to speak up or to say something, which personally for me, if I'm talking to someone and I don't like them, I go, look, girly pop, I'm not into it. Okay, I'm sorry. Best of love to you. Okay, but that's just me, right? Gemini rising, Mercury and Gemini, I speak my mind. This person may have a hard time speaking their mind, which causes confusion. We do have the 3rd house of communication, okay? So this is early learning, childhood relations, rational mind, and communication. This person learned early on, perhaps to be less clear with their communication. We also have Pisces here, which this is delusions, guys, okay? I love you, Pisces. I'm not saying you are delusional, but the combination of Pisces and Neptune here, it does make me feel, I don't want to call it love bombing, but it feels very much like someone has painted a picture for us that was not grounded in reality. And because they painted that picture, because they made us feel like there was more in front of us or more to the relationship, more to the connection, we are now left feeling confused. We're now left feeling a little bit mystified by the interaction. Pisces is intimacy, intuition, and compassion. Yes, Pisces is all these things. Pisces is also connected to spirituality and things being a bit hazy. I oftentimes see Pisces energy as very dreamy and ethereal and beautiful, but not always grounded in reality because it is so spiritual. It's such a spiritual energy, right? My issue here is the fact that we have Saturn, okay? So I don't love that. This does tell me there's struggle within the connection. This just feels restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work, and patience. All right. So far what I'm getting is like, obviously this is a no communication reading. So the confusion with the lack of communication, I think it's very much tied to the fact that like they are either going through a lot in their life right now where they don't have time, energy, or Okay. I'll go help him, guys. Hold on. Like I was saying, I feel like there's either external factors such as work, family, other personal matters that's making them feel like they don't have the ability to communicate, or they have a hard time communicating based on the fact that they were taught to not communicate when something bothers them, right? It's giving very avoidant is what I'm trying to say. All right. I am going to pitter-patter over here. Can I get a message on how they are feeling, what they are thinking? Okay. Yeah, and this is what I don't like, guys, right? We have heart fog. This is mixed signals, blocked emotions, and messed up, okay? So somebody who is avoidant, this is not your job to fix. This is, you just don't have the ability to fix this, right? Somebody who's avoidant, who is choosing to behave in an avoidant fashion, like you can't come in and fix that. So heart fog being here, you are confused because this person is confused, okay? Like you feel confused about the connection because this person is confused about the connection. They may be giving mixed signals, you guys. Like it may be a situation where they go, like they'll text you for 3 days straight and then you won't hear from them for a month, or you won't hear from them for a week. And you're like, Cenus, like I'm not being delusional. They're giving me attention. They're doing this, they're doing that. But like, and then they pull away. Simply, they are avoidant. And I'm not necessarily seeing a third party. Obviously that could be the case, but I'm more so just seeing this person as someone who has acquired a very unhealthy way of dealing with their emotions and a very unhealthy way of communicating. It feels like a very selfish way of communicating, if I'm being honest. We do have healing, releasing, purification, and cleansing. I think that it's very possible this person is healing from something. Maybe they've recently got out of a relationship and that is a massive source of their negative communication or their bad communication. Again, maybe they are going through an actual struggle. We have intimacy, bonding, sensual and confiding. Again, to me, this feels very push and pull. This person doesn't feel, again, I'm assuming everybody who's left is not feeding into a delusion. This person feels very much like, I want to bond with you. I want to expose personal things about myself to you. I want to be honest with you. I want to be physical with you. I want you when I want you, and I don't want you when I don't want you. And it is giving very hot and cold. If I'm being honest, this person doesn't feel necessarily healthy enough to pursue a relationship at this time. And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm obviously not going to diagnose anyone here, but it feels very selfish, or self-centered is the word I will use. Can I get a message? Yeah, okay, so very, very possible, guys, all right? Very possible. I'm not going to leave this out of the realm of possibility. Obviously, I don't want that for you. Nobody deserves to have third parties involved when you do not agree to have third parties involved, right? Can we start over? Again, the hot and the cold, the hot and the cold. There's a third party involved, but like I would like to start over. We have secrets and deception. This person is not being honest. Again, this person is appearing to me very self-centered. I still have growing to do. Damn, is that right? Okay. Whoever you are, whoever this person is, guys, if they contact you again, I want you to link them to a therapist. I want you to send a link to a therapist because this person feels very much like a menace. This does not feel like an individual who... if I was queen of the world, if I was making the laws of the world, I'd be like, jail, okay? Jail. Because this just feels very much, again, like an individual who is not like, what are you doing? Why are you involving other people in your mess? This feels, I don't want to say any aggressive words, but this just feels like someone who needs therapy, or needs something that's not involving other people emotionally. I'm going to pull one more. Destiny is taking us down different paths. I'm gonna be honest, group number one. It is within your best interest to move on from this person, and that may suck. That may not be something you want to hear. That is just what I'm seeing, though. So, can I get a message? Yeah, okay. There is a lack of balance within this connection. I do feel, again, like this person is somebody who very desperately needs to be fed. This feels, I don't want to say like an ego thing, but it feels like an individual who, I don't even want to call them insecure. I want to be careful about how I'm talking about this person, you guys, but they feel like somebody who is needing of energy. It's giving me vampire. It's giving me lizard. I need external heat because I can't produce my own heat. Right? It's giving that. We also have feeling trapped. I'm sure this can be a situation that feels very addicting, especially when this person is pulling you close, especially when they are telling you all the things that they want you, or what that you want to hear. My issue with this, you guys, is I just don't think that they have the ability to maintain consistency with this energy. And then we have the growing to do, the learning. Look, at the end of the day, group number one, I think that you guys are going to continue to go back to this person or go back to the situation until you've learned your lesson, until you're tired. I would love for you guys to take this reading as a sign that like this is a waste of time, especially if it's resonating. Obviously, if this person's great and like you guys separated because of work or because of this, like that's completely different. But if this reading's resonating, babe, like I don't know what to tell you. I wish I could take you out and be like, look, there are so many fish in the sea, girly. Like, we don't need him. We don't need her. Okay, final messages. Look, guys, no. I hate that. Not trick or treat, mischief and play. If you are down for mischief and play, like if you're just wanting to play, this person's great. This person's fantastic. If you're bored and you just want a little spice, I know when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I really just wanted somebody to break my heart. Sometimes I just needed to feel something. And if you're at that stage in your life, I would recommend working on that, but like do what you want to do. At the end of the day, live your life. Like life is short. I wouldn't let this person waste an abundant amount of time, okay? I would try to wrap it up swiftly, okay? Give it a year, max. Mischief and play. I think these are the intentions, okay? Mischief and play. And then we literally have the graveyard. Unnecessary fear. Unnecessary fear from this ending. Unnecessary fear from moving on from this connection. I totally get you guys. I know I'm like sitting here, I'm trying to laugh and joke and be silly because I don't want you guys to be sad. That's how I deal with sadness. I laugh, I joke. If that's offensive for you, I am very sorry. I am just trying to make you feel better. It's okay to let this go, and it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel disappointed. This person, I feel, sold you an idea. They sold you a personality, right? And you went into this believing them, and that's normal. Like, it's normal to believe someone who's coming to you and presenting themselves as Prince Charming or as like the dream girl, and then it sucks when you realize that it was a facade, or when you realize like, oh, this person was just, you know, being a vampire, or, you know, using me for warmth. Like, that sucks. But at the end of the day, like, you don't need to be afraid about moving on from this person. I don't think it's a mistake. And I know sometimes it can feel like a mistake, right? Like, am I doing the right thing by blocking them? Am I doing the right thing by moving on? Yeah, like you for sure are. So to wrap this up, guys, stay as long as you need to stay. Explore this for as long as you need to explore it. But at the end of the day, my advice to you would be, don't put too much time into this person. Don't put too much energy into this person. Work on removing yourself from the situation. And it's going to take as long as it needs to take, but sooner obviously would be better than later. So I'm sorry, guys. I wish that I had better news. And I get this. Like, I've been in the situation. I get it. Again, I'm sorry if my giggling is offensive. I'm not trying to be... I don't think it's funny. Like, I think it's messed up that people do this and that people behave this way and that they walk around hurting other people because they're... Like, I think it's gross. So I'm sorry that you're going through this. And I love you. And I really do wish that I could just take you out and, like, have fun and try to get your mind off of this because it's awful to go through this. But, yeah. So that's what I have for now. I love you. I hope that you feel a little bit clearer moving forward. And yeah, that is all I got. So, bye. Okay, group 2, welcome. I'm gonna say the disclaimer one more time just in case you skipped it. We are not harassing anybody. We are not stalking anybody. We are not asking or inquiring about celebrities or individuals who have made it clear that they do not wish to contact us or speak to us. Okay, great. We have Taurus and Cancer. Love you so much, Taurus and Cancer. This reading is meant to provide clarity and understanding. Cancer and Aquarius. Virgo and Cancer. Cancer energy is so strong. Hello to all my fellow Cancers. Okay, so we will start off with an astrology deck. Can I please get... We have Capricorn here, which is interesting, the father of the zodiac. Ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Okay, let's get a bit more before we speak on that. Okay. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, group 2. This person, it feels like the reason you guys are not speaking, it's based in... perhaps work, but also like practicality. Okay, like it's a practical decision to not pursue a relationship with you for one reason or another. Again, that could be work related, that could be the living situation. It could also just be like recognizing differences that would not be reconcilable. Okay, so Capricorn is the father of the zodiac. This energy represents a lot of hard work. It's connected to Saturn. This energy is also very, very practical, as it says. Like, I'm not going to make impractical decisions. I'm not living in la la land, and I'm looking at my relationships. I don't want to say in a non-emotional way, but definitely more so I'm looking at my relationships from the standpoint of like, does this make sense for me in my overall life or where I want my life to be? We have mutable here as well, surrender, fluidity, welcoming in change. Okay, so I feel like this person is somebody who, again, like once they recognize that something's not going to work, they don't have an issue releasing. They don't have an issue letting go. Then we have the Earth. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, persistence, patience, and practicality. All right. The 9th house, spiritual growth. This is also higher education, travel, expansion, learning, things like that. Spiritual quests. So the reason that this person has stopped talking to you, it feels based in like a reasonable decision, right? It feels based in like, this logically makes sense for us to not talk, or this logically makes sense for us to move away from each other emotionally, physically. Okay. I also want to say this, you guys, this doesn't feel particularly permanent, okay? And again, that's why it's really important that I make it clear we're not harassing anyone, we're not stalking anyone, but this doesn't feel particularly permanent. It feels like I'm open to what happens, like I'm open to change, I'm open to, you know, my mind being changed and wanting to like revisit this connection or wanting to revisit this relationship. It feels very fluid, okay? All right, sorry guys, I am just trying to get the proper deck ready. Can I get a message? Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we have mistakes here. This is misunderstood victim and lost soul. So I don't know if there was like a mistake that took place. It's very possible. I'm not sure exactly what this mistake would have been that caused you guys to separate. But again, it feels like this person is open to recommunicating, potentially looking at things again, recognizing that whatever happened between the two of you was a mistake. Whatever caused the miscommunication or caused the argument or caused the like, oh, I need time, it was a mistake, or it was perhaps something in which you two just misunderstood one another. We do have an open heart here. So again, this is feeding into my belief that this person is open to a friendship, open to communication, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. All right. I don't know how long you guys have been in a lack of contact. If it's been some time and you feel like you left on okay terms, if this feels like the person that you're inquiring about, then you could either expect communication, or perhaps if you feel so bold enough to send a text through or send some type of communication through to see if they are receptive. This makes me feel hopeful, okay? And then moving on, we do have hoping, expecting, faith, and manifesting. You guys could be trying to manifest communication back with this individual. It's so funny. The first like month or so that I was talking to my current partner, I literally would ghost him for, and this is, don't judge me guys, but I would ghost him for weeks on end. And he would always continue messaging me and being like, hey, like, how are you doing? Not in an annoying way, not in like a stalky way, but in a like, hey, just checking in on you. Like how, and that was so attractive to me. And also like I was ignoring him because I was like, oh my gosh, like I like him so much. And that's not the case with everybody. I don't want to make it sound like that is what most people are doing. Most of the time when somebody is ignoring you, it's because they don't want to talk to you. But this particular card, this hoping, is kind of making me feel like there's still a little bit of desire left within this connection, to reach out, to communicate. We have confession here. This is giving me butterflies, you guys. I don't know why I'm feeling like a little like queasy or like nervous, but unveiling, coming clean, and messages. Okay, so again, this person could be coming forward and confessing that they wish to talk to you, that they want to see perhaps where friendship can go or more can go. Can I have, okay. I am planning on reaching out. And again, it could be platonically, or it could be like I'm open to see what happens with this again. It says this is the end. Okay. I will find my way back to you one day. So here's the thing, guys, right? The overwhelming message that we are getting from group number 2 is that this person is open to communication eventually. I don't know where you're at with your journey with this person, right? If the lack of communication has stopped like today or yesterday or like very recently, right? I do think if the communication has stopped recently, perhaps giving them some time is in your best interest. If it's been a while, maybe let's say you guys still follow each other on Instagram, or let's say this person has reached out a few months ago, like checking on you. Perhaps reaching out again is something that they are considering doing or something that you are open to do. I am feeling overwhelmingly like there is openness for communication. Maybe not a full-blown relationship, but communication. For some of you, it definitely will be openness at the idea of exploring a connection again, okay? Can I have a message for group? We have a guardian angel, so a lost loved one watches over you. We have pets, getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. I don't know if you guys have pets or you're bonding over your pets. That's very possible. We have pregnancy. Someone is expecting. Maybe this isn't literally pregnancy, you guys, although it could be. It could also just be talking about growth, movement within the connection, right? Like we went from not talking to perhaps talking like once a month, to talking a few times a week, to going to lunch every once in a while, like things like expanding upon where we are currently at. Okay, let's pull some tarot. Can I get a message on this connection? Guys, okay, so this is why I have to give the disclaimer so many times in readings like this, because then when I have positive messages, I want to make sure that I have filtered out as much as I can possibly control the people who are just like spiraling, right? Or the people who are having unhealthy thoughts or very hyper focused on people who don't clearly want them. The Hierophant showing up, this, I have to say it, this is connected to signing contracts, marriage, things like this. This is also like seeking spiritual guidance, making things official, okay? We have the Ten of Cups, so I can't pretend like that's not a good sign. Obviously, the Ten of Cups is representing having complete and total emotional happiness and feeling very fulfilled emotionally. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is talking about slowly moving towards a goal. So here's the vibe, guys. I think for a lot of you who have picked this pile, that this person is indeed open to revisiting things. Again, I was getting that vibe here with the mutable energy, right? Like, I'm open to change. I'm open to things evolving and moving forward. I think it may take some time. For some of you, this very well may be the end, but the vast majority who picked this pile, I think the person you are inquiring about is open to at least communication, okay? If not more, which, let me gather the cards that seem like more to me, right? Okay, so these are all the cards that make me believe that this person wants more than just a friendship or more than just communication. Like, they're open to exploring things romantically. The other cards, again, are also pointing in a direction of communication, but those are the ones that are really like, you know, in my face about it becoming romantic again. Can I get a message? Okay, so we have sweetness and synergy, and then we have creating through the ashes, the skull of flowers. So a rebirth of sorts, perhaps. Sweetness being here as well is interesting to me. I want to pull from this deck, and then I will let you guys go. Can I have a message for group 2? Lilies. So I do tend to look at the lilies as very fertile energy, right? These are beautiful flowers. Sweetness is here as well. I don't necessarily associate lilies with romance. I associate them more with like motherhood and fertility and things like this, femininity. I think we'll do this deck. And then I'll let you guys go. I know I've already said that, but okay. An addiction is affecting this relationship. Now, an addiction can be broad, guys. This could be an addiction to work. This can be addiction to perhaps many different things. Doesn't need to be substances, doesn't need to be adult beverages. It could be many different things. It could also just be a difference in the way that you two are living your lifestyle. And again, going back to the practicality of this relationship, I do think that there would be changes that are required. Or compromises is a better word, that are required for you guys to bridge that gap, okay? I do think that there is a little miscommunication or differences, again, in regards to the practicality of the relationship that needs to be bridged. So that is what I have for you guys, group 2. I hope this was helpful. I wish you the best of luck with this person. I do hope they reach out soon. And again, if this is resonating, if you feel like this is the vibe of this connection, I want you to remain hopeful. And again, depending on the timeline, if you feel like it's been a long enough time without you guys communicating, perhaps just reaching out and saying hello, checking on them, it could be helpful. But anyways, I love you. I'm sending you hugs and kisses. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And that is all I got. So bye. Hi, group 3. Welcome. Before I start the roll of the dice, I do just have to remind you guys that this reading is not intended for celebrities, individuals who you do not know, or individuals who have asked you not to contact them, individuals who have made it very clear that they don't want anything to do with you. This reading is not to give you hope that those people are going to come into your life or that they're going to contact you. I don't want to promote unhealthy mindsets or unhealthy obsessions. So this reading is simply to provide clarity on the connection, a real life connection that you have. whether that's with an ex or someone that you were talking to for a period of time where you feel like things were left with confusion. This is clarity, not anything else, okay? So let's go ahead and roll our dice. Thank you for listening to my spiel again, you guys. And I know for those of you who are aware of this, it's probably annoying to hear, but I just feel very responsible when doing readings like this to not encourage anyone to do anything that is unhealthy. Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, I think it was Leo, Virgo, just Virgo. Okay. We're going to start with an astrology deck. Can I get a message for group? And I also want to say this, you guys, right? If you are not being unhealthy, or if this is not an unhealthy obsession for you, and this is, like I said, genuinely someone that you've had a connection with, this reading is to provide clarity, but also to let you know if you should like move on or not. Like, is this a connection that you should continue to remain hopeful for or not? So far we have Leo and the Sun, which is interesting to me. We have Uranus, one more, or two. We have Gemini and Mercury. So Gemini and Mercury here does make me feel confident in the fact that communication is possible, okay? I obviously need more cards than this to let you know if this person's for sure going to communicate with you, but Gemini and Mercury here, Gemini is at home in Mercury, Mercury's at home in Gemini, rather. So with that being said, this is all about communication. This is all about learning, intellect, the mind. This is curiosity, intellect, and networking, and then think, learn, network, communicate, right? So this for me is a positive sign that communication is possible within this connection. We have Uranus here, okay? This is radical change. Radical change, guys, okay? So what is that? What is this radical change? It's very possible that you guys are radically going from like no contact to contact, right? Or perhaps you feel like you guys were talking every day for months and months and months, and then zero contact, right? So there was a massive shift, or there will be a massive shift in your guys' communication style. Now, Leo energy is interesting to me. I love you, Leo. Leo energy is so fun. I do feel like Leos tend to be a bit misunderstood. This is self-confidence, loyal, creativity, self-express, and the embodied truth. This is the center of attention, okay? Now, I'm not saying that Leos need to be the center of attention, but this energy, the sun, is the center of attention. So I do feel like there is an emphasis on this person receiving attention. You know what it is, guys, as well? I really feel like nobody can hype you up the way that a Leo hypes you up. So I brought up love bombing a little bit earlier in a different pile, but that could have been, I don't feel comfortable calling it love bombing, but this person could have been very affectionate or vocal about their positive emotions or positive feelings towards you. I'm trying to be careful about how I say this or how I present this, so okay, let's go ahead and move forward. So far, I'm not seeing like what happened, why you guys aren't communicating. I'm more so seeing like the Uranus, right? The radical shift, it quickly changing. So can I have we have withdrawn, single, lonely, and solitary. Okay. We have only you, devoted, attached, and crave. We have clinging, holding on, obsessing, and spying, and this is the energy that I would like us to avoid. If you find yourself stalking this person's social media pages, texting this person repeatedly after they have asked you not to, or after they have ignored you for multiple text messages, right? Then perhaps it's time to like pull back. Not perhaps, it is time to pull back. If this person is repeatedly ignoring you, they're ignoring you because they want to ignore you. And I know that may not sound nice, but that's like what it is. Like they don't want to talk, and that's why they're not responding. We have resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, and timid. That's very interesting. And then we have elusive, dishonesty, deception, and trickery. So I feel a bit conflicted here because we have this devoted energy, right? We have only you. But then we also have I feel withdrawn. So it could be, right, that you're feeling very detached or devoted to this person and they, right, have chosen to be withdrawn. It could be vice versa, you guys. It could be that hot and cold or that radical change of like I felt devoted and now I kind of feel withdrawn, like I want to be left alone. I don't think this person wants to be held on to, you guys. If there's any hope of them or you guys reconnecting, you have to leave them alone. The more you chase this person, the more they are pulling back. This person is not the kind of person that's going to do well with like trying to force a conversation or trying to force a relationship, right? This person, the less you are needy with them, the less you are like, why aren't you texting me? What's going on? Like, the more they will give into a conversation. But if you're just like on top of them, they are very much going to push you away. And that's kind of what feels like has happened here. Okay. Can I get a message from this person? Patience, everything will unfold in divine timing. So this is, like I said, the best remedy, the best method to break through to this person is to be patient, is to not cling to them. Can I get one more? We have an apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. Let's do one more. Okay. Marriage, this relationship is moving towards sacred union. Okay. So for some of you, this partner was a very serious partner. This is somebody who you were in a relationship with. For others of you, that's not the case. Here's what I have to say. I think this person will reach out and communicate on their own time. Do I think that you're going to marry this person? I think that this marriage card is more so representing the severity of your guys' relationship. And again, for some of you, this is definitely like a new person that you started talking to. And again, this Leo energy of like hyping you up and making you feel good about yourself and making you think that things are moving in a direction. I don't think that this relationship is necessarily moving towards marriage. I don't think that's what this is referencing. Some of you here were talking about marriage with this person. Some of you here were talking about being in a relationship with this person, being devoted to this person, and then they pulled back, and that's very confusing. Can we get some answers on this connection? I gave into temptation. I don't know exactly what that's referring to. Giving into temptation could be obviously giving into temptation physically, emotionally with another person. Giving into temptation, though, you guys, could also be like, I am scared of commitment, so I ran away. It doesn't need to involve another person, but it could, obviously. And then we have, I feel like I'm not good enough for you. For me personally, when somebody says this, I'm like, you're probably right. Like, if you feel that way and you're saying that out loud, then you are probably right. Because I can't think of a time where I've been with somebody, I'm like, damn, I'm not good enough for them. Like, I've never thought that. And that's not me being narcissistic or me being like it's just like, what? Like, I feel like if you're saying that, it's because there's some truth behind it. There's something there. There's something there. So okay, so I have adult fantasies. I don't love that, obviously. You deserve better than me, guys. Look. Look. You do, right? Like, you do deserve somebody better than like, oh, me texting you too much is like too much to ask for, or me wanting you to communicate with me is too much to ask for, or me wanting to define the relationship like scares you. Like, that's weird. Like, why are you being weird? It's reasonable for you to want a relationship with somebody who is future faking, right? It's reasonable for you to want a relationship with somebody who's like, oh, we'll do this and we'll do that, and oh, I like you so much, you're so beautiful, I've never felt like this with anyone before. But like, it's reasonable to want a relationship with somebody that you have been dating or somebody that you have been talking to. What's not reasonable is once somebody gets attached to you, for you to then be like, well, it's like, oh my god, excuse me, I'm sorry for believing you, like what the hell, I don't know. Okay, I think I want to go with this deck. Can we get a message from this person? Yeah. Be patient. And again, you are more than welcome to be patient, group number 3. Like, if you want to wait for this person, if you want them to have time to figure themselves out, feel free to do that. Separation needed. They needed space. The reason you guys stopped talking, the reason this person pulled away is because they needed space. Whether that is for valid reasons or invalid reasons, I don't know. To me, it does feel like the relationship became overwhelming for them. And I don't know how valid that is, obviously. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. This is my heating pad. I do have to turn it on. I'm cramping. So I was going to try to sneakily like turn it on, but I'm just not doing that. So excuse that. Anyways, we have express yourself more clearly. That's the thing is, okay, to play devil's advocate here, do you feel, my friend, if you could, like, do you feel like you could have expressed yourself more clearly with them? Like, do you feel like you could have made it clear, like, oh, actually, I'm not okay with hooking up and not having a relationship, or I'm not okay with you seeing other people, like, from the beginning? Do you feel like you tried to play it cool, or you tried to be like, oh, like, it's fine that you don't text me, or it takes you like 5 hours to text me back, that's fine, no problem, you can see other, and then you got frustrated? Like, do you feel like that's what was happening? Because for some reason, to me, it feels like somebody here has been like, oh, like, it's one thing in the beginning and then it shifted directions. It's like the energy in the beginning was way, way different, and then it did like a hard left. And I don't know if that's on your part or on their part. I'm sure there's a little bit of both playing a role here, but okay, let's go ahead and get some tarot cards. Can I please get... We do have the sun here again. Now it did show up like this. I don't read reversals, you guys, very often. But I find it interesting that it showed up in reverse, and I find it interesting that this is now the second time that the sun has shown up. The sun usually represents happiness, radiance, success. We do have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is fate, moving in a fated direction. And then we have the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is talking about heartbreak and sadness. So I want to understand what we should do about this, because I'm not getting this feeling of like this relationship or this connection is doomed necessarily. But I guess it's just more of a matter of like, what do you guys want, group 3? Like, are you okay with being in a relationship with somebody or pursuing things romantically with someone who has said like, oh, I need space? Are you okay with that? Is that what you want? Because I don't know, like, I'm not you, so I can't make that decision. I can't tell you if that's something you should do or not do. The be patient showing up multiple times to me is signifying a like an energy of I'm gonna be back when I'm ready to be back. And again, I don't know if you're okay with that or not. I also want to say this, it doesn't feel like they're coming back in a like I'm committing to you type of way. It feels like I'm coming back to come back. So I don't know. And again, we do have that Three of Swords, you guys. This is heartbreak. This is heartbreak. This is heartbreak. Okay. Can I have a message? Look, I know this is a term that oftentimes is used on women. However, I personally believe that the masculine energy is the gold diggers of the world. My personal opinion, they want your money being used. Being used is the aspect of this that I, associate most with the straight male population. Most of them. There are some good ones. Guys, I don't like them. I'm gonna just be so honest with you. I don't like this person. And honestly, if you were my friend, I'd be like, you're not dating them. I don't care. I'm gonna go on your phone and block their number because ew. Like, get away from my friend. You're annoying. We have commitment here. Things are getting serious. Again, I think some of you were in a serious relationship with this person and they just like ghosted you, or they just shut down and pulled away and you're like, what the hell? Like, we were planning our future together and then you just dipped. Like, what is that? It's possible for some of you guys, again, this person's going to come back around and offer exclusivity, potential commitment. At the end of the day, I don't like this person. I don't think that they are somebody who, I just don't like them. I would never want to encounter this person in the wild. Like, I don't like this energy. It feels icky to me. I want to get another deck for you guys. I'm sorry that I'm like stalling. I just don't know which deck I want to get. Okay, we'll do this one. Can I get a message? Midnight, the most magical hour of all. This is also the witching hour. This is also the hour that people call when they only want one thing, right? This could potentially be representing fantasies and asking you to come over to play out those fantasies. The jack-o'-lantern's coming in to protect you. Protection from evil spirits, you guys, okay? And then we have the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. I do think that there's possibility for this to begin again, you guys. I hope that this person has figured themselves out by the time they come back. Here's what I'll say. If you want to be with this person, guys, if you want to reconnect to this person, make them prove themselves to you because you are deserving and so much more than this. I know that people have the ability to change. And I know that sometimes like commitment is, this is me. Okay, maybe this is why I'm grossed out with this. I am so scared of commitment. Like, that spooks me. But also, that's my problem and I shouldn't make it anyone else's problem. Like, that's not okay, right? So I don't know, guys. I just don't. Protect yourself. If they're coming back and you want them back, I support you, but I just want you to protect yourself and I just want you to go into it with the mindset of like, you have to show me that you really want this. You have to show me that I am as important to you as you say. Like, your words need to match your actions. Your actions need to match your words more so. So yeah, guys, that's what I have for you. I'm sorry. I love you. I do hope this was helpful. And that's what I have. That's what I have. So, bye. Group 4. I wasn't going to do a group 4. The last reading was rough, and that's always when I like to add a group 4 to hopefully infuse some positivity in. Before I start our dice situation, we're not stalking people. We're not commenting. We're not texting people or contacting people who do not wish to be contacted. We are not, this reading is not about a celebrity that you don't know or haven't met or don't have a personal relationship with. This reading is simply for clarity on a connection that you feel confused on, or clarity on a connection where there has been a lack of communication, right? So let's go ahead and roll. Virgo and Pisces. Hello, Virgo. Hello, Pisces. Gemini and Pisces. Taurus and Aries. So I'm going to try to get you guys your answers really quickly because like I said, this is an add-on pile. I'm so sorry, guys. I completely just like whiffed on how I was doing the reading. Okay, we're starting with an astrology deck. Can I please get a message? Okay. Okay. This is interesting. This feels like a relationship that is transforming. We have Mars here. Okay, this says move forward and defend self. Move forward and defend self. Mars energy. We also have Pluto, which is transformative energy. And then we have the fixed signs here. This is stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. Dependability, guys, okay? So none of this is necessarily bad. I would say the fixed energy is really positive for something that could be stable. I'm not gonna lie, Mars feels like it's lacking seriousness. It feels like this connection was potentially, for some of you, a connection where there was like perhaps fun or intimacy or perhaps just flirting back and forth, and then it fizzled out. I do think that's going to change. The communication situation is going to evolve. I want to obviously keep shuffling cards out for you guys. Can I get a message? So yeah, this is confirmed, right? Fantasies, this is daydreaming, imagining, and fantasizing. So for some of you, and again, I know that not all of you are comfortable with this energy, and that's so fair. It could just be a crush or a flirtation situation, right? But fantasy showing up tells me that there is physical attraction here. And for some of you, like, you have acted on that physical attraction. Boundaries are showing up. No drawing a line enough. So setting strong boundaries. It could be that this relationship started at a time where, like, it wasn't doable, or it wasn't like, oh, I'm not ready for this, or oh, like, it wasn't supposed to be more, so we're drawing a boundary. Now, I feel like this has been a significant period of time where you guys have been separated or in no contact, because we have nourish here. This is self-growth, self-focused, and soul-finding. And for a lot of you who picked this pile, like, you're the reason there is no contact. Like, you were the person who was like, stop talking to me, babe. Like, I'm not here to talk to you. Or I need space. Like, this is my era, right? So we've been focusing on ourselves. Now, guys, we do have soulmates here. I want to be careful about how I use this word today. This is deep love, unity, and connection. So I do think that this was a relationship that was deeper than just physicality or deeper than just surface level, okay? A lot of the piles that we've done today, it did feel very surface level and like a misfire in regards to what two people wanted. But for you guys, it is feeling like wrong place, wrong time. I don't like saying that because, again, I do think that kind of feeds people who are delusional a little bit. I'm delusional sometimes too, guys. It's okay. But like, this feels like, it very much feels wrong place, wrong time. Like, you are the person that I want to be with, or you have so many qualities that I admire, but I was in a bad place, or I wasn't, I don't know, maybe I was moving around, or maybe I was doing this, maybe I don't know. It just feels like the circumstances weren't right. Okay. Can we get a message, please? Money matters. Okay, maybe we were moving away for like our education so that we could make more money. Maybe there was issues in regards to work and money, so we didn't have the ability to commit in the relationship because of how much energy we had to put in work, or because of sacrifices that we had to make because of work. We have to think about it. Okay, that's interesting. Let's move on to this deck. Can I get a message? Guys, this is the only, I feel like this is literally, you guys are the only ones who got I miss you. Our story isn't over yet. Okay. 100%. 100%. I don't want to say 100%. I'm going to say 95%. 95%, guys. This feels like there's not bad blood. This feels like we separated and like it was with love and peace and like understanding, but like I miss this person and I want to know how they're doing. For some of you, I feel really awful to say this, but for some of you, I do think this person is in a relationship with somebody else and you have a desire to reach out, but you're also like, they're in a relationship, so I don't want to reach out. And I get that, and I don't think that you should reach out, obviously. But this feels hard because it's like, there was this connection that was both physical and emotional. And again, it just seems like the circumstances or what was going on in life didn't make sense for the time. Maybe you guys were both really young when this took place. I don't know. I have a lot of sympathy for this group because this seems like a really sad situation where it's, again, you're not being crazy about it, right? Like, you're like, no, like, we had a connection, we loved each other, but things just didn't work. A leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. If this person is single, you guys, if this person is not married, if this person does not have children, if this person is single, it is safe to make the leap you're considering, even if it's just as a friend, right? Sometimes I think we can find peace in closing that gap, closing that door through the means of a friendship or through the means of just like, I just wanted to see how you were doing. If this person is in a relationship or married, you guys, or has children, please do consider their feelings, consider their wife, their husband, their children, right? Like that's, for me personally, that's not spiritual karma that I would ever want on my head, but you know, everyone's going to do what they want to do. We have trust. The situation's calling for you to have faith. So for some of you, this person is for sure single, and I do think that like potentially reaching out, yeah, finances and career. I know especially for a lot of masculine energied people, right? There's this idea of like, I have to be established or I have to make something of myself prior to getting into a relationship. And I understand that. I don't understand, but I can like conceptualize that mindset for those individuals who identify with that energy. But this is financial issue. I just said that. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay. All right, guys. I am going to pull just a few more and then I'm going to let you go. Gambling. The cards are telling you to take the risk. The cards are telling you to take a jump, guys, okay? And I'm really hesitant to tell you this, but the cards are very clearly telling you this, so I can't pretend like they're not. Problems with addiction, gambling, bad finances. Bad finances could have been the reason, again, why you guys could not work previously in the past, or focuses on education or career could be the reasons why you guys could not be together in the past. This is taking a gamble. Like the cards are literally saying, like, take the risk. Again, please keep all parties in mind. I also would like to say this, right? Like I would never feel safe with a person who's willing to cheat on their wife or their husband with me, right? Like that would make me feel like I can't trust you because you betrayed your last person. Why would you not betray me, right? So I just, again, morally, ethically, I have to say this in order to feel good about giving this message. We have divorce, experiencing a breakup. Perhaps you've just experienced a breakup. Perhaps this person has experienced a breakup recently. If that is the case, guys, if somebody is single and you have become aware of their singularity, then I think it's worth taking the risk of reaching out. I think it's worth taking the risk of reaching out and checking on them in a platonic way. And if things progress, I think that's amazing. Again, there does seem to be love here, okay? The garden, working on things, masculine and feminine energy balance, yin and yang. We're going to pull one more. Okay, guys, look, I can't, look, the apple, risk and reward. You guys, okay, take the risk. Take the gamble, take the risk, reach out to them, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's literally what the cards continue to say. Take the risk, take the gamble. Don't ruin a relationship or a family, please. Please. I don't know. I hope this was helpful, guys. I hope this was helpful. If you're curious if this person still like has feelings for you, I think the answer is this person's always going to have feelings for you. This person's always going to love you regardless of if you guys get back together or not. I don't think that once you genuinely love somebody that you can ever stop loving them. I don't think that's a thing, right? I think that you can not want to be with them. I think that you can recognize like, oh, we aren't good romantic partners, or I don't love you romantically, but I don't think you can ever stop loving someone genuinely. So, and this is like real love that's showing up here. So do they still have feelings for you? I do believe the answer is yes. Should you reach out? I do believe the answer is yes. Again, this feels more, I guess the word I'll use is stale, like the timeline in which you guys haven't spoken. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you were like, I haven't spoken to this person in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5, 10, right? Like it feels stale to me. It doesn't feel fresh. If this is fresh, I don't think this is your reading, babes. I don't think this is your reading. So yeah, it could be, but I don't think it is. It feels stale. So anyways, I love you. I wish you the best of luck. If any of you guys want to tell me what's going on in the comments or anywhere else, like I am interested. But yeah, I love you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck. That's all I got. So